Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
We've done so much with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything with nothing. Those are the words of Machismo TV. Salute and shout out. The links should be pinned to the top. The links should be pinned to the top. Shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate y'all coming on through. Definitely hit that like button and all of that good stuff. Shout out to Mr. AKW, who says they defending her because they are just plain stupid. Shout out to you. And as it says right there, as RM says right there, on the way in the building, hit the like button. Shout out to D-Rock Den. Thank you for sending that super, what do they call them? Super thanks. When you send a super chat in the comment section of a pre-recorded upload, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you for sending a $2 super thanks or super chat. Same thing. Coach Lamont in the building. Shout out to you. Truism in the building. It's Truism. The Storm Crow returns. Says, yo, shout out to Daniel Kyer in the building. Shout out to Dreamer ENT. Says also, said Algo did me right, putting this brother in my feed. Hey, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right. Game Changer in the building says peace. And Stephen Carter in the building. Shout out. And one last one. Regular Degula in the building. All right. We about to get into this thing. The brick lady is on the run. She was supposed to turn herself in. She did not turn herself in. It's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people holding the line in the sisterhood, still faithfully defending her. We're gonna be breaking down some of these ridiculous. Now I'm all over there. We're breaking down some of these ridiculous comments coming out of the sisterhood as they're defending her. People still believe that she was assaulted. There's even some black men getting in on the fray with that. They're still believing that something serious happened to her that everyone should be concerned about, and black women are not being properly protected by the men in their community and the system at large, because the Houston Police Department is not properly acknowledging that this woman was a victim of a crime, that they would probably we probably getting to that point where black women are going to call it a hate crime. If there's some domestic violence, black man on black woman, they're going to make it seem like that's a hate crime eventually. I could see that happening. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Little backstory. Those that don't know the initial reporting that came out, we're going to speed through this one.
At the center of a viral video who claimed a man threw a brick at her head because she would not give him her phone number is now wanted by Houston police. This story got national attention after that woman live streamed what she claimed was the aftermath on Instagram and started a GoFundMe. Only KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is talking with the prosecutor on this case tonight. He joins us live near the Galleria with the latest. Bryce.
Daniela, Houston police got called to this street in September, and when they arrived, the woman seen in that viral video told them that an Uber driver threw a brick at her head and then tried to kidnap her. But tonight, she has become the focus of this criminal investigation.
I'm not going to read the article all the way through, but just know that the small details in her story, not just the big ones, but the small details when they looked at the surveillance, it's like it's Big Brother, it's everything. We're being watched. It's cameras everywhere. It's you out in public in a big city. They can pull cameras to track your every location. That's the world we live in. We're living in the future. So that's the reality. So they confirmed that her story, the places, the time, where she was at, what happened, who did it, who, what, when, why, and where, all of that was lopsided. But something did happen, though. And we're going to get into that, but let's go.
Because Houston police say the surveillance footage captured by cameras on this street doesn't match her story.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick and all
likes on the shade room.
these black men just watch.
I innately just skipped when she started talking. Because one, we already hear it, and two, the voice is annoying. I just got hit with a big, she sounds like Marge Simpson's sisters or something. It's like that the way her voice, that's like scratchy cigarette partying voice. I don't be wanting to hear it. I be skipping it, but anyway, let's get through the preliminary parts.
This video with more than 1 million likes on the Shade Room's Instagram page captured the moments after what appeared to be a brutal attack in West Houston.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
The woman is 33-year-old Rhoda Osman.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Reports came out that she was the aggressor in the domestic violence situation. I'm not talking about those videos where she slapped a guy and it was kind of a parody, kind of for fun or whatever, and then started twerking afterwards. But no, there's actual reports that she was, the aggressor in domestic violence situations going forward. I mean, well, in the past, I should say, but worth knowing.
Seen here in tears in a hospital gown.
She told the detective that responded that she was hit in the head with a brick after she refused to give her phone number to a guy on the street.
And was that verified by any of the evidence that detectives looked at?
No, that was not verified.
Harris County prosecutor Keith Houston says surveillance videos from that early September morning show Osman hitting a man first.
So she's the one she was the aggressor?
She was the aggressor, yes.
And it was a water bottle that hit her, not a brick?
He did have a water bottle in his hand, and we think that's what left the mark.
According to court.
All right. Now, remember that part right there, because I'm going to show a lot of stuff, because that is the central argument coming from Simpson Sisterhood. Like, she was assaulted. Like, that was their victory lap. Like, aha! Aha! She was assaulted. So everything else wrong in the story don't matter. Never mind the fact that we know water bottles don't exactly do that. Never mind in the fact that we know that that type of swelling, a lot of medical professionals, came out and said that, so here it is. I got the quote right here. It's up there. Several people who work in the medical field have stated that the injuries are consistent with someone having an allergic reaction to something. This truly was, I can barely see that because it's small. I think that says it. I cannot even see that. Okay. but this woman played social media medical ref. All right. Here's the deal. What was I trying to find? That's what I was trying to find right there. That was out there back then. We generally understood that. And I'm going to have problems reading these things on this show because all that looks small. I probably got to just make my screen bigger, but don't worry about that. That's my problem. But anyway, this is a woman who has, some type of, allergic reaction, some type of swelling. Like those don't come from water bottles or bricks. so either way it go, we know the deal with that kind of thing. People be walking around looking like Hitch and looking like Will Smith and Hitch, and that's just what the reality is with a lot of that. But let me get this video back up. Where the hell was it? Hold on, wait for it. I think there we go. All right.
Documents, she asked someone else to launch this GoFundMe for her recovery, raising more than $42,000. But as the story went viral, a blogger on TikTok called police, alerting them to this 2020 GoFundMe, which claimed a vicious assault by a security guard in Minneapolis.
Detective Thornton verified with Minneapolis police that there was no assault done at that time. It was completely fictional.
Prosecutors allege theft by deception and believe she would have received all that money had the campaign not been shut down.
The violence that I have suffered since September 3rd is just unbelievable. I can't even believe I'm here. They try to leave me for dead.
In an Instagram story posted Wednesday, Osman...
Leave her for dead. We're gonna pause on that one. Shout out to Salty Balls coming through. Hard and heavy out the gate. Let me make an shout out to Salty Balls. Let's see. Let's go ahead and drop that. Hold on, wait. No, I'm about to read it. I hate when this has to happen during the live show. Damn it. Because that part is small and I can't freaking
suck on my chocolate salty balls. Put them in your mouth. Put them in your mouth and suck them and suck them.
All right. Hold up. All right, here we go. For thine she heathen is now but the mythical creature of sorts. Thine head consumed in the gases, wings shaded about the soul, to the feet provided her the expedient superpower of speed beyond imagination, far from justice, far from accountability. Yes, we're going to get into that because she is legitimately on the run right now. She actually gave the reason as to why she's on the run or why she didn't turn herself in. But the fact of the matter is, we're going to get into that. It was agreed upon that she was supposed to turn herself in, and she didn't. It was agreed upon that she was required. She talked to the authoritors, said she was turning herself in, yet she did not do it. If Virginia Slim had a voice. Shout out to you once again, Salty Balls. Do appreciate it. And shout out also to D-Rock Den, who sent that super thanks on one of the pre-records. And hang on for one.
Arrest those who have doubted her.
I actually have things going on in my life. I actually have real ways to make money. I don't have to get a GoFundMe for money. I actually can earn income because I'm actually educated and I actually am talented.
And tonight, a spokesperson for GoFundMe telling KPRC2 GoFundMe has zero tolerance for the misuse of our platform. The fundraiser has been removed from the platform. All donors have been refunded, and Rhoda Osman has been banned from using the platform for any future fundraisers. Osman did not respond when I reached out to her on Instagram this evening. Tonight, she is wanted here in Harris County on that theft charge. Anyone with information on her whereabouts can report that to Houston Police. We're live near the Galleria. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC.
All right, that one came out when they did not know about her whereabouts. They still technically don't know about her whereabouts, but she was at least communicating. At the time of that. Now, what I got to get into, because she's responded to this whole recent thing with her being charged and, being, allegedly on the run or not on the run. She has responded to that. She said a couple things. She's doing the same deflection tactic of sorts. This is a quote or a tweet from her. A lot of this stuff is deleted right now, but it's saying Houston Police Department. She's basically saying assaulting a black woman, not a crime. That's the the buzzword tagline type of thing that she's doing. Also saying Houston Police Department again, not remembering every single detail correctly after being hit over the head in the dark. Felony. See how she's trying to spin and rework this thing around. But the fact of the matter is the whole false reporting aspect of it and the swindling everybody for money and sympathy based off the false reporting of it is where the crime, where the felony comes in. She's saying make it make sense. Y'all are weird and should be outraged. Now, she did give some more commentary. Hold up, let me pull this up before we get all the way into it. And get rid of that and pull this up. Here we go.
See that these people have no content. They have nothing to do but to live off of the road economy. My enemies are both invisible and have nothing to lose. Their whole platforms are built off of black women's pain. And I have threatened and showed them that I'm going to stop them, and I'm never going to stop. I am going to make sure that this does not happen to anybody else, and I won't give up. The violence that I have fucking suffered since September 3rd is just unbelievable. I can't even believe I'm here.
She's talking like MLK, writing letters from a Montgomery jail cell. It's like that's how she's talking about this thing. It's like, you've been proven to be a liar, but who you gonna believe, me or your lying eyes? There's video footage showing that you on that day. Now, I was shocked by this. On that day, it said, not shocked that she hit a man first. I wasn't necessarily shocked by that part, but I am shocked that she was actually hit, and that's the leg that they standing on, because a guy who she was kind of like messing around with in the report, I'm not going to read all of it. It was her and her friend and two other guys. It was even a surveillance video of her dancing on the guy. Like he was leaning on the car. She probably was twerking on him. Y'all know how that go. Everybody got in the car. Her and the guy got into an argument about something, and they're saying in the reports, in the investigation, she hit him first. She hit him, and they said it looked like he hit her with a water bottle. That swelling that we saw didn't come from a water bottle, but she took that incident, on the heels of that incident, fabricated the story about the brick, and then went in front of everybody and saying and poured out convenient YouTube talking points about black men not intervening in protecting black women when there's a situation. That's what happened. That's what happened. She's been busted and exposed on that front.
They try to leave me for dead, but I'm still here. And I know this is a worthy cause to fight for, because these people cannot keep doing this. They can't keep doing this. And like I said, they have nothing to lose. I'm dissertating for my PhD this semester. I actually have things going on in my life. I actually have real ways to make money. I don't have to get a GoFundMe for money. I actually can earn income because I'm actually educated and I actually am talented, where they have nothing. But guess what? The more you try to come after me, the more you're playing yourself. Watch. God don't like ugly. I just want y'all.
Right. You're saying she act like she didn't know who hit her at one point, but then it comes out that she was twerking on the guy that hit her. She didn't know what happened on one hand, and on the other hand, she knows exactly what happened. I mean, the story has changed a bunch of times.
I know that the fight is not about whether this happened or not, because everybody knows this happened. There's a confession video, there's hospital records, there's police records. For God's sakes, I made a video from the scene of the crime. This is not about whether this happened to me or not. This is about them trying to protect their platforms, them trying to.
She didn't make a video from the scene of the crime. Everybody at the scene did not know nothing about the crime. The whatever the hell happened somewhere else. Then you drove to another location and then reported on something completely different from what happened. what actually happened was completely disconnected from what you reported on to draw sympathy for the GoFundMe. I don't think you can start a GoFundMe if, you and the guy that you was twerking on and kind of doing something with, y'all got into an argument, you hit him and he hit you with a water bottle that didn't cause all the damage. And then, then you want to, like, nobody gets the $40,000 GoFundMe over that type of situation. So there's that.
Protect their ideologies of benefiting off a black woman's pain. And because I've threatened to sue them and I've threatened to take down their platforms, they're trying to make sure that they can intimidate me and silence me and make me give up. But I'm not giving up, because I'm not allowing this to happen to somebody else. And I'm not allowing people to benefit off of black women's pain. I can't imagine this happening to somebody else. I won't allow it.
Shout out to Grown Man Business says, looking real dusty, darling. Yeah, I mean, you gotta have the battle bonnet of justice on in every damn video. You got to, video not complete unless they got on the battle bonnet of justice. They got to have that every video.
So guess what? They're trying to intimidate me. They're trying to silence me. They're trying to make me give up, but I won't. The more y'all come after me, the more evidence I'm pulling, the more you guys are helping my case, and the more that you guys will all have to be lined up and have to be exposed for what y'all did. Making a whole documentary out of this shit. We're going to show every single person and what they've done. You can't just hide in the dark. It's coming to light, baby. And let's be honest. If y'all weren't really scared, and when I say y'all, I mean the people that are coming after me, then why are y'all doing all of this for 4 months?
All right, right there. She's talking about it's some stuff. It's some layers and levels to this whole thing. Where I know the chick, Celebrity. They got all kind of stuff going on. She actually led a lot of I won't say she led the investigation, but she's the one who dug up all the stuff and gave it to the police. She's the one dug up a lot of that stuff. She dug up all the fake GoFundMes. Because like I said, when I was reporting on this back when it first happened, she was averaging a GoFundMe per year. Like literally, she was averaging a GoFundMe per year, and they all was fabricated and fake, and they do the investigation and they go back to the place where it allegedly happened. They can't find no evidence that it happened. None of that, so everything was being proven to be false. Everything. Game Changer Building, he says, so Bernard can benefit off her pain. Yeah, I'm benefiting off her pain. Actually, no, if anything, I'm benefiting off of her hustle. I'm doing the stream, I'm getting views and making a little bit of money, benefiting off of her attempt at $40,000. That's what I'm benefiting off of. Not her pain. I'm hustling off of, I'm hustling on top of her hustle. That's what you could probably say it is. Shout out to Hood Servitor. Shout out to Salty Balls also. Says supposedly she is a Columbia grad and a UT Austin PhD student in their Africana department. I'm glad we were saved from her BS wrath. She would have skewed research data to stick it to black men. Yeah, no, they do that. People with that type of ideology that she got, they do get in those places and they do spin and skew stuff. And it's not until recently that people have got in there and challenged those narratives. That's just all it is. That is the reality. But shout out to Salty Boss. Shout out.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want.
Shout out to GC putting 5 on it. Shout out to Salty Balls putting 10 on it. Shout out, salute. All right, let's get back into it. Somebody says, Bad Hombre says, you think this is an experiment? What kind of experiment you talking?
Why are y'all making 20 phone calls to the police? Why are y'all sending all these messages? Why are y'all fighting so hard? Because the truth is, you know that I have evidence. And the only way that y'all can win is if y'all take away my community support and if y'all make me give up and break my spirit. But my spirit will not be broken. You're the one that's weak. I'm not weak. You're the one that's scared. I'm not scared. I'm faithful. I'm very faithful. And I know that the truth will come out. And I know that the only person that will be apologizing is you guys. Because we're not apologizing. Black women are not apologizing.
Notice you saying that because we're not apologizing. Black women are not apologizing. That is the tactic to make whatever you're personally doing to try to make it a movement to say we when you really mean you, but say we like we are like this is like like what did Jada Pinkett say when Snoop Dogg called Gail a dog face bitch? He was like she was like, you didn't just call her a bitch, you called me a bitch, my daughter a bitch, my mama a bitch, my mama's mama on the plantation a bitch. You called us all a bitch. It's like that's what that is. That we like that's you trying to be the starter, the founder, the revolutionary of some type of movement against victimization of Black women. Like that's what she's deliberately in a calculated, well, not that calculated, but she's deliberately trying to position herself as that. Like that's the game. That's the game. That's the wording, that's the rhetoric right there. That's trying to further, capitalize on the whole idea of Black female victimhood and be the martyr for it. That's what that is. That's the argument. That's the color purple type stuff to try to be that symbol of Black female martyrdom against Black male violence. It's like that's what that is. I checked the email. I don't know if I can't I can't read an email on the air, but I'll see what okay. Whoa. Okay, you sent me something. You sent me something from Twitter. You know I ain't on Twitter. Oh, you know what? I've been seeing this. Okay, this is I'm gonna incorporate this into the show, even though I ain't seen it. But it says Olin Douglas has now told his side, and it's not looking good for Miss Brick Lady. That's gonna be part of the show. That will indeed be a part of the show. Definitely. I've been seeing that on a thumbnail, but maybe it wasn't captioned right or titled right. I don't know what happened. I just saw that dude sitting there with his legs crossed, and I didn't know what the hell was going on, and so I kind of ignored it. But no, that got to get pounced on. I got to watch that, and this dude y'all can't see it, but he do not look like a brick thrower. He don't. They must. So yeah, I can't wait. I got to get into that. Yeah, he don't look like a brick thrower.
We're not apologizing for creating change. We're not apologizing for standing up to the truth. We're not apologizing for asking for justice. We're not. And y'all scared, because if y'all weren't scared, why y'all working this hard? Why can't y'all move on? Because y'all have no life and y'all very scared. But I'm not. I'm faithful. I do need community support. I need y'all to be just as vigilant as they are. I need y'all to be just as relentless as they are. We need y'all to tweet HPD every day, 5 times a day, telling them to give me the justice that I deserve. I need y'all to tell them that we've seen this confession video, because we will be posting the confession video, and that they've been sitting on it for 3 months, and what is the holdup? Put the pressure on them that they need, because they're putting pressure. They're applying pressure. So we need to apply the same pressure. And trust me, if this was just about me, I would have let it go like I've let so many other Black men assault me in the past. But I'm not letting this go because this is about community change. And I've been popping my gums for years about protecting Black women. So this is my opportunity to actually do that. And I'm going to stay faithful to that. God has made me a tool for change, and I understand the assignment, and I'm going to complete the assignment like I always do, with straight A's. I don't like being in this position. It doesn't feel good, but I know it's necessary, and I know I'm strong enough to be here. But I need y'all too, because this is for us.
Boy, now this is wow. This is wow. People are still defending this lady, so don't be surprised if she doesn't try to pull like one last
that off of there. Shout out to Yam Stacy. Got a good channel over there. Shout out to him. That was whose voice y'all heard. That's where I got that content, that montage of her talking from. So shout out to Yam Stacy. Give him some credit on that, because I wouldn't have found that, because I didn't go looking for it. So shout out to him. Here it is. Or do I got? Nope, I don't got that up yet. But this is what Hood Conservatives just sent me. I'm not even at the part. I wanted to play the part where she was on the run next, where the police was talking about how she was supposed to turn herself in, but she didn't. And she's actually dumb enough, while she was supposed to turn herself in at a scheduled time, she didn't turn herself in at that scheduled time. All the shade room and the blogs are making posts about her not turning herself in, which means she's technically on the run. She was dumb enough to post in the comment section about the host. Like if you're on the run from the police, you don't supposed to be blogging about the shit. It's like she responding to stuff like she's dumb as hell. But I gotta pull this up now. I don't mean to profile this man, but any dude who's, wearing slacks with no socks with that much ankle out with his legs crossed like that, I mean, it's you don't look like a brick thrower. I don't mean to profile. Brick throwers can come in all forms, shapes, and sizes and backgrounds. You don't let your background limit you on whether or not you can be a brick thrower. You could do anything you put your mind to, regardless of how you look, how you dress, where you're from. All right. But that nigga don't look like a brick thrower. But we not going to put limitations on him. Okay. He could very well be a brick thrower. We are not going to put limitations on this man and what he's capable of. But all right. let's go in and run it. I have not seen this. Let's go.
First interview.
This was a well thought of plan, a diabolical plan.
Olin Douglas is a father, son, and small business owner. But in September, allegations made by 33-year-old Rhoda Osman nearly put it all at risk.
It caused people who I thought really knew me to kind of betray me.
Douglas says he met her at a club near the Galleria as she wore a mask that only revealed her eyes. He invited her to an after party.
It's as if she was trying to get in some type of conflict.
But says she was aggressive and very intoxicated. They ended up in a car with friends.
She physically didn't start touching me until I asked her to leave. So you got to get out.
Outside the car, Houston police say surveillance video then showed Osman slapping him in the face before he hit her back with what appears to be a plastic water bottle in hand.
You should never hit a woman in general, but I didn't want to hit her, actually. It was like she hit me and I just reacted.
According to court documents, the footage didn't match what Osman told police, that a male Uber driver threw a brick at her and tried to kidnap her, that she did her own investigation and was told that Douglas was the one who assaulted her. She's now charged with theft because prosecutors say she made it up and tried to profit from this GoFundMe that raised more than $42,000.
It's been a divide between, black men, black women, and it's been... It's really evil what she did.
If police didn't have this surveillance video, this evidence that basically clears you, what kind of situation do you think you would be in?
I would be that guy that hit a girl with a brick. I'm black. I'm surprised I didn't get arrested in 30 seconds from this going out.
Nah, we wouldn't buying her stuff. You would have been in maybe some potential trouble, but I think by and large, people was not buying her story. We'll say that. It's so many stories with this because there was a moment where the brick lady was going back and forth with somebody online, and they were saying that this guy right here, Olin, I'm getting the names Olin and Osman mixed up. She's Osman, he's Olin, something like that. She was saying that he can't, the reason that nobody can really find him is because she was like, this is such a violent dude. He's done so much to so many people. So it's very possible that, Olin probably has come up missing. He's probably, she basically implied that he was, that he got, taken out by somebody. That's what I remember. She implied that on one of her little, live Instagram rants or wherever she go to rant. I remember she implied that. But no, this dude is here and he exists, and it's wild. It's wild. I mean, my initial assumption is that he didn't exist, but he exists, and still, no, not a brick thrower. Definitely not a brick thrower.
Douglas says he's received death threats from complete strangers.
Wow.
She's just manipulating people using their pain, and that should be the true crime here.
He hopes people online will be more conscious.
The internet is the internet. It's not real life all the time.
And I spoke with Houston police this evening. They tell me that the Major Offenders Division investigated this alleged assault, but the evidence in the case led them to this theft charge against Osmond. Tonight, she does remain wanted, but in an Instagram comment from her page, she said that she's been harmed and abused and looks forward to her day in court. We're live downtown. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC.
All right. That is wild. That is wild. No, shout out to Hood Assertive. Definitely glad you sent me that one. That changes things. that changes things. I'm glad we got that one. Glad we got that one on the record. I did not know what that was. I was scrolling and I swear I saw that thumbnail. It may have been your thumbnail. I don't know. I saw a thumbnail with that guy sitting there with his legs crossed like that, and I just kept scrolling. It's like, that's not, that ain't it. That wasn't nothing I cared to click on. Had no idea that was a dude. But all right. Here is not there. Let me see. Let me get what we're looking for here. Now, here's the conservative is saying there's more. Hey, email me more. Email me more if you got it. Email me more if you got it. But here's the deal right here. All right. Some of y'all probably have seen this one. But she was supposed to or expected to turn herself in. Let me get the volume cranked up. Instagram be playing me sometimes. Hopefully that don't happen right now.
Today, we got alerted earlier today that Miss Osmond, that Brick Lady, was planning to surrender and turn herself in because she's wanted for theft in Harris County. We were contacted by the New Black Panther Nation and Quanell X because
that's always going to be funny. That she got the Panthers. She got the Panthers on her side. They're speaking on her behalf. All right. Black male organization for black male justice. You got a black woman lying on a black man. You don't see that as a overlapping confliction of interests, of the conflicting interests. Yet interests like, yeah, we want to do right by this black woman, but wait a minute, there's a black man who's being done wrong by. The hell with him. Let's defend this black woman.
He was contacted by her for help and to arrange the surrender. So it was our understanding that was supposed to happen at 3:45 today. You can see right now that time has passed. And as we arrived here at Houston Police Headquarters today, we got another alert that Miss Osmond, Brick Lady, is a no-show. She decided to not surrender. I spoke with Candace Matthews, part of the New Black Panther Nation, and she told me that they had an agreed meeting location today. They were supposed to be meeting with Brick Lady and then bringing her here for the surrender at Houston Police Headquarters, but they say she didn't show up. She didn't provide an exit. So that...
Hold up. Let me get that volume up. Hold on.
Really the first time that something like this has happened. People reach out to them often. We are usually aware when they've been contacted, and sometimes, they do arrange for surrenders and then tell the media and provide comments in person. So we were expecting exactly that to happen here at HPD today. But again, a little bit weird. Something changed. We don't know what changed. And so now Brick Lady remains on the run. She appears to have gone private on Instagram. We have not been able to successfully reach her. Explanation. And Candace Matthews tells us that...
All right, there it is right there. Brick Lady on the run. Now, if you on the run, how dumb you gotta be to be commenting on web posts that are broadcasting that you're on the run. But apparently she's that dumb. Let me get to it. Where it's at. All right. It's kind of blurry because I had to, it was deleted. I had to go find it in somebody's video and screenshot it from there and did it on the fly. So that's a little blurry, but we can basically see it. She's saying, my name is not Brick Lady. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Say, my name is not Brick Lady. The abuse never stops. See, I'm telling y'all, she got the tacticalness. That's a word, tacticalness. I'm pretty sure that's a word. She has the tactical nature of a politician, of a political fixer who is all about the optics of how you word things. All right. Notice she's saying, when she say the abuse never stops, that's her saying that calling her Brick Lady is a form of abuse. Words are violence. I remember what's that chick name? Amanda Seals, I think that's her name. She was just recently saying words is violent, yelling is violence. It's like she, they try to put that out there. They try to put that out there. She, her words, calling her Brick Lady is a form of abuse. That's what she's getting at. My name is Rhoda, and I am a victim. I'm a victim. I wish I had that super hot fire, that clip. You're a victim. Like, I wish I had that. My name is Rhoda, and I'm a victim. Proudly put on that victim crown, victim queen. I was harmed. I never harmed anyone. We know that that's not true. It's documented that that's not true. But Olin Douglas harmed me. Social media harmed me. Blogs harmed me. Houston Police Department harmed me. I am not on the run. Everyone is trying to extort me for money. All right. The people who the guy that just reported that you were on the run, based off the definition that they said is actually fairly common, that people turn themselves in all the time. He even said it's actually common that people get the Panthers to come and, facilitate and negotiate their surrender or somehow for them. I don't know how that works, but they said all that is common. And by their definition, if somebody agrees to surrender at a certain date and time, and then they're a no-show with no communication, they call that on the run. That's the definition. So you are on the run. But she goes on to say, I am not on the run. Everyone is trying to extort me for money. I don't know how that works. See, while reading that, it didn't even fully occur to me that that's literally what she's done. That's literally what she's on and what she's about. She literally did this whole thing to try to extort everyone else for money. But now she's complaining about being extorted for money. That's what I'm saying. She has those type of political tactics. She's executing it poorly, but that is a Karl Rove political tactic, that whatever your weakness is, you got to make you got to make that your strength, and whatever your opponent's strength is, make that their weakness. It's like it's a spin move maneuver out of just the political playbook. It is. She's famous at this point for extorting somebody for money, but her argument is that she's being extorted. I'm trying to find a proper lawyer to surrender with. That's her reason for running. Like that's the reason right there. That's the reason that she's given, that she's running. She had the Panthers, but no, she need a lawyer as well. Says, I look forward to my day in court to fight these BS claims and retribution from Officer Thornton for reporting her for misconduct. Again, I look forward to my day in court. Goes on to say, I've been abused and re-victimized, and now I'm being held to a level of, I supposed to say, scrutiny that is dangerous to all. If you get hit over the head, remember every detail or felony. That's not what it's about. It's about the extorting of money from the public based off an incident that you lied about and was misleading about. Well, only if you're a dark skin. Well, I'm playing the black card, of course. All right. Though that was her response to all of it. We're going to get into a lot of the posts made by a lot of people online about this thing. We definitely got to get into that, because there's definitely a lot of black men, a lot of brothers who are buying it, But shout out to Salty Boss right here. He says she has a new documentary out. my ascension as queen of Brickerton, bonnets bestowed. Yeah, it's crazy that she did mention making a documentary. I don't know if she did that in the clips that I played. Did she? But I know she has talked about she's going to make a documentary about all of this. That she ran off with the brick. Shout out to you. Shout out to Salty Boss. Shout out to the Geek Surgeon. Shout out to the Geek Surgeon. I have no idea where there it is. Says, we have internet and there's the internet. Yeah. Yeah.
These last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
And shout out to Salty Balls putting that 5 on it. Shout out to you. But regular degular. That's funny to me. Brick proof bonnet. The brick proof bonnet. That battle bonnet of justice was supposed to protect her from whatever came upside her head. But it's funny that homeboy was on there, talking about some. I didn't want to hit her, and that's what she meant when she said he confessed on video. He was like, I didn't want to hit her, but she hit me, and I just reacted, and so that's where he hit her with the water bottle. She's calling that a on video confession. Now, I ain't gonna lie, him doing that, it would look bad for him if it wasn't for the surveillance video, because then it's his word against hers. But seeing as video proved exactly what he described, there was no brick, and she was the initial aggressor. That's game, set, match. But this is how some people are reacting to it.
The brick lady charged in Houston after being accused of making the whole thing up, raising $42,000. So nobody read the article though, huh? Consciously, when are you gonna apologize? Because that little heifer was scamming. I told you she was scamming, she was lying. When you gonna apologize? The apology better be as loud as the support for her too. And before we even get into what the article proves and disproves, let's state the obvious. A lot of y'all don't have as much hope and legitimacy into the system or the legal process until it's about disproving support of a black woman. Then all of a sudden, y'all become legal advocates, because just a couple of days ago, y'all was all about Martin Luther Majors being a victim of the system because his victim lied about the details in which how it happened. The article proves that she was.
Nah. Those two things don't line up. Those two things don't line up. In both of those situations, video footage should have exonerated a man. And that's where we're at with it. That's where we're at with it. You can't deflect to that situation. It wasn't just that her story didn't line up. It was that her story was proven to be a lie by video footage. With the brick lady, her story is now proven to be a lie by video footage. I personally thought it was already an obvious lie just from the look at it, because that's not a bricking. That is a swelling from some type of allergy of some sort. That's what that is. That's what all the medical people that looked at it said. It's consistent with that. Consistent with an allergic reaction of some sort. That's but so that's what it was right there. Ain't no way. Like I said that initially before anything came out, it's like how she got hit with a brick and didn't, and if it caused that type of swelling, but she not leaking at all, ain't no blood, didn't nobody pull out the camera to videotape her getting up off the ground. Even if they missed the initial bricking, somebody would have been definitely recording her getting up. No blood, no wound, no piercing, no skin of skin. Like, no, I knew it was bogus from the start. But then once it come out that the video evidence confirms all of that, then yes, everybody rightfully should be on the side of the man that was accused, even though I thought the man that she accused didn't even exist. I'm shocked that he actually exists. I'm shocked. But no, that is a deflection out of this world. But all right, let's go.
Was assaulted, but that she did not give the correct details about how it happened. According to charging documents, Osman and Douglas were in an argument, and Douglas reportedly swung his right hand while holding what appeared to be a plastic bottle and struck Osman in the face. Now, why is the headline written in the way to presume she made the whole thing up when the article itself states that she was assaulted, but that she allegedly lied about how she was assaulted? So for the people in the back, the reason why she's being charged with fraud is because law enforcement has said, no, you were assaulted, but you lied about how you said you was assaulted. Therefore, all the money you raised is fraud, which literally leads me.
That's the argument that they're standing on. That's the argument that they're going to live and die on that hill, that she was assaulted. Now, in that particular article, it didn't say that the guy hit her first, but the Houston Police Department, when they reported on what happened, they basically said, no, she hit him first, and then he reacted. That's what they said. It wasn't a brick, it was a water bottle. We know water bottles don't cause that kind of swelling. Bricks actually don't cause that kind of swelling, but she used the story of being randomly assaulted as an innocent victim, getting assaulted by somebody with a brick, and the whole story of that and the sympathy of that, and nobody did nothing. Everybody sat there and watched. Nobody intervened, and she played on all of that sympathy of a fabricated story in order to get money and support from anybody on social media who heard it. That is essentially the lie that makes it fraud, that makes it to the point to where it falls under a felony. She's essentially stole $40,000 from the public. Those are the details that matter. So if it was a situation where she was just walking minding her business and she got hit by a water bottle, but she thought it was a brick, but somebody did hit her and she had some serious injuries that came from the hit, and now she wants to GoFundMe to pay for her expenses or trauma or whatever, an argument could be made. But seeing as the whole incident was fabricated, not just small details, but literally every detail, is like, no, you can wiggle out of that one.
Me scratching my goddamn head now. The GoFundMe that is being called into question was about helping her recover and paying for medical bills because she was assaulted. Now, the article itself states that she was assaulted. So what a fraud come in? So y'all gonna piss on my hand and tell me it's raining, huh? The article also states they were able to find video of the defendant and another person who they believe was the accused assaulter. They got in the car. They both got out the car. The defendant slapped the male, who responded by slapping her back. He did have a water bottle on his hand, and we think that's what left a mark on her face, but it was mutual.
Okay, so I was thinking that he didn't have the information that showed that she hit the guy first. So he's arguing with his full chest that her hitting him first and him reacting, she deserves a GoFundMe for the injuries. A big part of the GoFundMe, the whole concept of the GoFundMe, is playing on sympathy. If you lie to put yourself in a sympathetic position to raise the money, that's different. All right. If somebody takes a hammer and hits themselves in the damn big toe, and hey, I got injuries, I want y'all to pay for my injuries because I hit myself in the big toe with a hammer. It's like, that's not going to make a sympathetic GoFundMe situation. But if you got injured on the job and your foot got ran over by a fork truck and you don't got insurance and you need some medical expenses, then okay, people will feel that sympathy. All right. So could you sit there, lie, and say, well, I didn't remember exactly how it happened, but I do got a foot injury. Could y'all fund me? It's like, that's what would make it illegal, to draw on the sympathy, to fabricate a story to induce sympathy. That's what makes it illegal.
Combat, that's what they said. So they charged this woman with fraud, because she said she was hit by a brick, but they
You said he looked like Takeoff. Hold on, where's that at? I saw it somewhere. Somebody said he looked. Is that it? Damn it! I saw a post. Somebody said he looked like Takeoff. There it is. He said, "Bro, look like Takeoff." R.I.P. He looked like Rip Off.
They said she was hit by a water bottle, but they do acknowledge she was hit. They do acknowledge it was marks left on her face. So she can't get a GoFundMe to take care of what. And then this really the part that had me scratching my ass. TikTokers provide police information on Osman false claims past alleged scams. During the investigation, detectives said they received call from Daphne Sutton, a mental health advocate and blogger on TikTok, who believed Osman was conducting a scam because similar situation happened in Minneapolis in 2020. Daphne Sutton, the queen of accountability that literally made about 30, you know what I'm saying, it's exaggeration. I say probably like 10 to 15 different Twitter videos about her calling Houston law enforcement and saying, hey, Ro, yeah, she's scamming. Queen of accountability. So according to law enforcement, it was a plastic water bottle that left this mark on her face. Not no saline, not no injections, not that she made it up. Like, it was a water bottle, apparently. Second thing, they claim in the article it was mutual combat. That's what the law enforcement said, but one individual had a object, the other one did not, and the individual that had an object was a man, but it's mutual combat. Interesting.
All right. There it is right there. There it is right there. That is what they're on. That is what they're on. Mr. Radar in the building said with the $5 super sticker. Mr. Radar in the building with the let's get to it. Let's get to it. If you believe that a water bottle caused that, hold on. If you believe that's from a water bottle, then I what do they call it? A bridge to I can't even think of the quote. A bridge to sell you to, I forgot where, the saying when somebody is saying some nonsense. But all right, I think I got some more super chats to get to really quick before we move forward. Or is that the last one? Am I caught up on that? And shout out to Game Changer. Remember, for 20-some months, says her bail was set to a whole brick. I think we caught it. He says, I'm hearing a falsetto. What the fuck is going on? LOL. Yeah. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Is it any more super chats? Make sure we ain't miss no more of them. Make sure we ain't miss no more of them. Shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. But yeah, homeboy went in right there. He argued the case with his full chest. And yeah, he made very little sense. He made very, very little sense. But further, let's get into it. Let's see what we got right here. Here they go. This is kind of rehashing it. These are the posts that came from the sisterhood. It says, I'm sorry. How what she lying? I'm sorry. How what she lying? That's not written right. Shorty face was disfigured. Like we said, that all the medical people that looked at that said that's consistent with allergies, not a damn brick or water bottle. So if she didn't get hit with a brick, what the hell happened to her face? She got hit with something. And something like painting black women as a liar is becoming a thing. No, too many of them lying. All of them. The white girl with Jonathan Majors, the Amber Heards of the world. They're like chicks be lying and making up stories. It started out Me Too. Everybody fist in the air, Me Too. # believe all women. Now it's getting unearthed that no, we shouldn't believe none of y'all. Pretty much. But I'm gonna remove that statement. Shouldn't believe none of y'all, because there are real victims out there. But the more we look at this thing, the more we see lies. That's just all to it. Whenever I look into something, Keke Palmer, I looked into that. I took all the screenshots and put them in chronological order, and then let them play through. You can see everything that happened. They was tussling over a cell phone. Nowhere in there in those screenshots that she had the video of that she could have took to court and showed them the video of him allegedly choking and hitting her. She didn't do that. She took screenshots of it. It's like, yeah, she was lying. And they keep postponing the restraining order hearing because that's when she would have to go in and show and prove that he actually did these things and she deserves a restraining order. She keeps finding reasons to postpone it because she don't want to have to put up or shut up. Like, that's what's happening there. All of these chicks, not all, a high percentage of these chicks be lying. That's the reality. Believe all women, that's dead. That's done. Me Too is practically done. Some dudes still get screwed. Jonathan Majors got found guilty on a technicality for hurting somebody by accident. Like, what does it do? When videotape is proven that y'all lying, yeah, that's how I go. Because where y'all getting all these different stories from her? She said, where y'all getting all these different stories from? From the horse's mouth. That's where all the different stories are coming from. The hell? These chicks be wilding in the comment section. Where y'all getting all these different stories from? Literally from the horse's mouth. Was it allergies? Was it she hit him first? Yo, that's what that reported from. That's what the Houston PD reported. It was a water bottle. That's what the Houston PD reported. See, now you're throwing all of that out there as if that's the confusing part. That's the part that the Houston PD reported, and the part that it was evidence for. That's what that was. You saying where y'all getting all these stories from? Like, no, that's not how it works. That is not how it works at all. It says like which mine is it? I don't know what that means. Said she still got hit in the face. They standing on that one. They standing on business, as they say. Y'all be hearing that quote, standing on business. I hate that quote. And the reason that I hate that quote is because whenever somebody says somebody is standing on business, they're normally trying to justify a bunch of bullshit. Standing on business means I'm doing some bullshit and I'm not budging on my position. That's what standing on business is. So that whenever you hear anybody say that, you know they on some bullshit. Oh man. Oh man. She still got hit in the face. Maybe the water bottle hit her hard enough to where she thought it was a brick, and which one of her hating ass so-called friends contacted GoFundMe because she wouldn't let them hold something. Okay, she's making up her own side of the story. And shout out to Toxic King in the building. Salute. Shout out to you. Thank you. Shout out to you. Appreciate you coming through. Kyra, the amazing 504 in the building says, I don't believe y'all doing this. You could see the brick print on her face. Okay, so some of them have moved to the point of talking about, it was a water bottle. She got hit by something. She may have hit him first, but she got hit by something. She's still standing on the brick. That's standing on business right there. The police saying, we got her on camera hitting somebody with a water bottle. No, it was a brick. You gonna believe me and your lying eyes? Who you gonna believe? It's like, oh man, but shout out to Toxic King. Do appreciate you coming through. Let's move that on. Here we go. What is it saying? She was not lying. Wait, so how was her face like that? We already covered that. She is some Somalian. don't put this on Black America. I think Black people conveniently do that. You know, some people stay consistent. Some people, you know, even if somebody do something good, they be like, they're not ADOS, whatever, you know. But some people will put their fist in the air and blackity black, we black y'all. But when somebody do some bull, they gonna get on the line and start gotta do all the research. Gotta do all the research, and whoo, this person was born in Jamaica and moved here when they was 2. Therefore, they not ADOS. We don't gotta claim that one. we don't gotta take that. We don't gotta wear that one on our sleeve. That person was born in Jamaica for the first 2 years of their life. It's like people conveniently play that whole ADOS game. She Somalian, she this, she that. You know, yeah, I know. For the longest, it's been all one thing. Even though a lot of people from those other places, like some chick from, you know, some Dominican chick said, "Hey, we not black. We got our own culture. We got our own thing. Y'all got your own thing. Don't lump that in." But then, you know, I remember the Paul Mooney joke when he was talking about Samoans. Samoans is just Samoan niggas. that's that Paul Mooney joke. But all right. Said if you read the article, she was in fact assaulted. It wasn't an allergic reaction. She didn't put saline in her face. I didn't exactly buy that story, but you know, that was one that was out there. She was assaulted. It's on film, but the story she told isn't the same story by the surveillance video. The need to humble Black women for believing another melanated woman is rooted in misogyny war. That's when they are using those words. And yes, women can internalize misogyny war too. We can all be better community to each other, but calling out Black women for taking up for a woman who was assaulted is white folk work at work. No. A Black woman accusing a Black man and trumping up the idea and notion that Black men are extra violent, and the fact that she played on people believing that a Black man would hit her with a brick just because he was rejected, and putting all of that out there and potentially having the police doing an investigation to go and find a Black man who probably technically fit the description of this
one individual
that fit the description of probably this idiot that was defending her. When that happens, when the police is on a random because she didn't say she talked like she didn't know who it was, but now she know the guy's name. But at first she didn't know who it was, so she wasn't even trying to give an exact target. So they were just going to be out there looking for a Black man ranging between the height 5'4" and 8'2" and 100 to 378 pounds. That's what that's what the police was going to be looking for. Sending the police on a wild goose hunt to find a nigga that hit you with a brick, and I guess any nigga would do, because you know it's if you're going to say something that's white folk work at work. No, what she did, if you're going to call something some white folk work, that's some white folk work. If you're going to call something that, like, that's what it is. Using levers in the system to potentially have a Black man locked up. Like if this go through the way that she would want it to go through, that man who we just looked at in that interview, who was sitting there with his legs crossed and some slacks, with his ankles up to the middle of his shin bone out with no socks, like that dude, that dude would be locked up if she ran this play all the way to completion. So no, you don't get to say that we doing the work of the white man by calling her out for her bullshit, when her bullshit is going to could potentially have a Black man locked up for something he didn't do. So no. Defending her against a Black man who didn't do what she said he did. If somebody wants to say that somebody in this equation is on the side of white supremacy, as they like to call it, that it would be the brick lady and her defenders. But anyway, Says she didn't lie though. Shade Room, y'all are wrong for this. She was hit with a full water bottle that was swung at her face by a man with exclamation marks. He'll, yeah, that feels like a brick. Oh, hell yeah, that feels like a brick. All right. All right. Shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate everybody who's supporting the stream. Appreciate everybody supporting the stream. Shout out to all of y'all. We're going to keep this thing moving. Because this whole idea and notion of, like weaponizing the whole aspect of black female victimhood against black men, like that is a long-standing trope, a long-standing thing that they have been doing it. And they'll pull out Jonathan Majors and what the chick did there and how she did this, and look at what this white woman did. But like I said, you can look at what black women do, and you could see the same thing. The same system that they would say that was against them when it's convenient, they will leverage that system against a black man to get a favorable outcome for them, even if the black man have not exactly done or did at all what they're saying that he did. So in that very real sense, how would that make them any different from a white woman in that sense? But we just saw a white woman get some weird results, some results that shouldn't have been, even though it was some misdemeanor stuff that shouldn't even been on trial. But we see how that go. But that whole leveraging the whole thing, like that's what essentially started, even with the whole color purple thing that I covered. The whole color purple thing. And this situation got weird too, because Taraji P. Henson, she tried to leverage some black female victimhood, and it backfired on her in a negative way, because now she's saying this right here. Because what Color Purple flopped, that's the the movie that that exalted black male abuse and black female victimhood. That put that in a major spotlight, directed by Steven Spielberg. They just did the remake and everything. But listen to this right here. In an interview with Today, Taraji said, "I hope they can focus back onto the film, because right now, to me, it feels like what I said is now becoming louder than this beautiful film." Yes, you took the victimhood too far, but we're going to get into that. He said, "And that's not fair to me or anybody else in the film." Henson continues. This came from an article that was recently written. I don't got the link to it right now, but this is the part I clipped out of it. Henson continues, "Because the film deals with women who are oppressed by black men. Even though, like I said before, there was never a moment in history where black men oppressed black women, but Alice Walker, the writer of Color Purple, knowing that, there's no moment where black men ever oppressed black women, but she said, oh, well, I'll create one. And she did that in the form of land owning, wealthy for the time black men who were essentially buying, selling black women or young black girls on their farms, or dare I say plantations. That's where she created that form of a systematic abuse of black women by black men. That's where Alice Walker put that in writing and put that on the screen. But anyway, Taraji P. Henson is saying, because the film deals with women who are oppressed, who live in an oppressed system. The movie wasn't about an oppressive system. It was about black men and black women. But anyway, all right. Men and women and all the characters in that film, except for the white people, so that the movie is about, hold on. Men and women and all the characters in the film, except for the white people, so that the movie is about healing. The movie is about sisterhood. All right. She's trying to deflect from the what she started by doing that complaint about not getting paid what she thought she should have been paid. Now, something interesting happened. Something interesting happened that we got to get into. We can move that. Something interesting happened that we got to segue on into. Let's get it going, get it popping. Where is it? I know I didn't lose it. Oh, damn, I probably lost it. That's my luck. I always do that. I was trying to pull up the video and it got to be on here, but no, I may have lost that. Oh, no, it's right here. I still got it. The video with Vlad TV. The video where Vlad TV tried to call out whether or not, or he just made an argument. He made his case, and we're gonna get into that. It was some bullshit sprinkled in there, but it's some aspects of it that was true, and we got to get into that. I think the biggest issue is he ain't supposed to be the one saying it, which I understand. Yeah, the movie. Oh, GC, drop the link. Drop the link for GC. But I do want to touch on this. The issue, for those that don't know, the two people in the crowd that don't know, Taraji P. Henson talked about she don't get paid enough, and she's keep rising to higher and newer and higher and bigger heights, but she still get put in the same box. And she reached one level, one plateau, and then she get brought back down, saying she got to re-earn it again, getting paid, only $500,000 or X number of dollars for this film where it should have been millions, or it should have been that, or some films I think she have gotten paid millions, but she felt like it should have been more. A lot of different layers to it, but here's the
she
deal.
Cannot walk around and
all right, hold on. I gotta refresh it. All right.
The bigger problem. No one wants to hear a millionaire complain that they didn't get more millions. You're already a millionaire. Taraji lives in a $6 million house. She's worth $12 million.
What?
Now, what Vlad TV is saying is technically the true part, in the sense that the general public, particularly black people who getting up and going to work and making just enough to get by, don't like to hear millionaires complain about not getting more millions. That part right there is an absolutely true statement. And that's why I think a lot of people didn't give a shit. And that's why her complaining about that probably did more harm for the movie than good. That part is true. I don't think you can deny that simple part. Now, here's the problem with that. I'll get into it, because it's really not what he said. Nothing was wrong with what he said. It's the problem is that the mere fact that he's saying it, him being the one saying it, it looks like, like it comes off like the shut up and be a grateful Negro type of thing. That's what it comes off as. And there's no way to get around that, but nobody black in the media is saying that. So unfortunately, unfortunately, the white Jewish man or the Jew is the one saying it. But I think a lot of people have that sentiment. I think a lot of people do have that sentiment.
No one wants to hear.
Sacrificed.
Nobody wants to hear Vlad complain about money.
For the sake of her craft, she has sacrificed.
Sacrifice?
Hold on, she's sacrificed. Listen to me.
Or is that
Vlad,
what she really wanted to do?
Let me talk.
Okay.
For the sake of her craft, she has sacrificed her privacy. She cannot walk around and regular. Okay, she live in a $6 million house. Why? Can't she live in the hood? Can she live in the burbs? Will she be left alone?
That argument that he's making is a good argument. There's a better argument, but let's play it out.
Won't, right?
Someone worth
So
12
she
million
has
will never
to
live in
live
the hood.
someplace where
she's forced to live in a $6 million house. Boo hoo. Oh no. I have to live in my $6 million house.
But understand,
woe
like,
is me. Life is so hard.
Yo,
Here's the bigger problem.
All right. Here's the deal with that, and this is something that black people got to learn. Hood hit him with the shut up and dribble. But it does reek of shut up and dribble. It's like that's the issue with Vlad saying it. It's like, look, I don't care what you do, okay? If there's a basketball player who makes $10 million a year and you play basketball and you could, and based off your record, credentials, and stats, accomplishments, everything, you think that you're equally good, if not better than this person, but he's making $10 million a year, but they offering you $2 million, you got right to talk your shit. You got right to hold out and say, no, you gonna sign me, you gonna sign me for what I'm worth, or that's just that. Like, you got to negotiate. This is capitalism. This is negotiating. It's a cutthroat game. They try to screw other people over. When black women start talking about how they not getting paid what they should get paid, yeah, the white women be doing the same thing and be talking the same shit. And the fact of the matter is, there's nowhere that you can look to see what every actor or actress get paid for each film. That information is hard to find, in many cases, not possible to find. So it's really no way to do an actual factual comparison. It's not. So you really don't know the validity or accuracy to it. And it's also a lot of moving parts to it, because if you're black and the people crowd you draw in is mostly black people, which means that you're drawing on 13% of the population, whereas Will Smith, prior to the slap, he's drawing from the whole general public. So he can negotiate the same deal as Brad Pitt and Johnny Depp, or you name the person. He can negotiate that deal because he's that box office draw. He's the same box office draw, if not a bigger box office draw than them. I don't know for a fact if she can claim that she's that big of a box office draw, but either way it go, you negotiate what you negotiate and how you negotiate it. And if she deserves to get paid more, then God damn it, you got that's the business of it. And I got to, one way or another, some roundabout way, figure out a way to do the business right. Even if it comes to a situation where black people producing their own shit, which they do. Tyler Perry became a billionaire off producing his own stuff. Is he paying black people right? Those are questions that need to be asked and answered. That's ultimately what it comes down to. But the whole angle that she's going with it and doing that before that movie came out and helped further tank that movie that was probably going to tank anyway, because the fact of the matter, it is a small niche that want to see that. Like, mostly black women are the people that's going to see that. I mean, it's like 6% of the population that movie appealed to. It's like, yeah, that's how things go. That's how things go. But then there's the Vlad angle. The Vlad angle, the culture vulture angle. And again, this is another area where if black people want to uplift and elevate the value and worth of black media, God damn it, don't go on Vlad. Shannon Sharp just did 50 million views interviewing Cat Williams. Like, they literally can make whoever they can make black media be big as hell if they only go on black media. That just is all to it. So people saying, how is this culture vulture talking about what she get paid and whether or not she get paid enough or this or that or blah, blah, blah. The only reason he has a voice to say anything is because black people go on his shit. Black people can go get interviewed by black people who's doing similar work on a similar platform with the same level of professionalism, but they're not as big because the big name black stars won't go get interviewed by them, because black people don't think they're being interviewed by somebody important until they interviewed by non-black people. So again, a lot of this stuff is in the hands of black people and gets sorted out by their goddamn self without making it all hinge on and contingent upon whether or not non-black people are paying you enough money to do whatever job you're trying to do. However, if you are working for non-black people and you do think your career warrants $5 million for this particular job because this X other person got $5 million for that particular job, and you think you're just as good as them and your record shows it, then yes, you should demand $5 million. They won't pay you $5 million, then goddamn it, don't take the gig. That's just all to it. Plenty of people have found workarounds when they wasn't getting paid what they thought they should get paid. But all right, we are joined by Game Changer in the building. Sorry to keep you waiting down there. I wanted to finish up.
Yeah, no problem, Bernard.
On that, but what is up? What's on your mind?
Yeah, so you explained a lot, but I watched the movie and it took a long time because I was boycotting the movie, and it took a long time for the bootleg to come out. And, yeah, no, honestly. And I was wondering, why is it taking so long for the bootleg to come out? Well, the reason why is because, and I had to see it to understand, the way bootlegs work is somebody takes a camera into a movie theater and watch the movie, and then they put it online. But this movie sucked so bad that nobody wanted to watch the whole damn thing and take a camera inside. And that's the honest truth of it. I didn't even watch the entire movie. Like I played it for everybody else to watch, but like somewhere in the middle, like towards the middle end, I fell asleep. It was awful. It was like beyond awful, because what they tried to do was they tried to make a movie based on a play, based on a movie, based on a book, which is absurd. Oprah, you're stupid. And then they wanted to double down on the misandry, but like the original Color Purple that had the, like, you know, theatrical parts and stuff like that, you know, like nothing but death could keep me from her. They cut stuff like that down to 10 seconds. And then so to make more time for singing and dancing. You can't have a smack a bitch sing-a-thong. Like, it's a drama. It's a drama. What the hell? It's how you gonna break out in a song and dance like after you've seen somebody molest his daughter? You're stupid. Oprah, you're stupid. And you're fat. But more importantly, you're stupid. It was one of the worst pieces of crap I've ever seen in my life. And that's saying something, because I critique a lot. But that was awful, you know. And they spent $100 million on this foolishness. $100 million and an extra 30 for advertisements for this crap. No, it's
Wait, how much did they
women.
make though? But how? Oh yeah. You can run those numbers in a second. How much did they make?
55 million.
They made 55 million. How much did they spend making the movie?
130 with advertising.
That's like, is that one of the biggest losses ever?
It's up there with the Marvels. It is a spectacular loss.
Yeah,
this is and it's not like it's gonna make a comeback or something. No, it's gone. This was Christmas last year. That is gone. It's in most theaters. It's not even anymore because it's garbage. It is utter garbage. And the funny thing about the original Color Purple is that it was covert. You know, the feminism, the black man hatred. It was covert. It was as covert as it could be. Maybe because I watched it as a kid. But you know,
yeah.
But this one was a lot more overt. Like, you know, it's like we're gonna be overt with it, and we're gonna make sure it sucks, and we're going to make sure that each and every single character is fatter than her counterpart.
Damn it! I'm glad you said that, because right now the reason I'm looking off into the distance, I am trying to find an image, and I cannot find it. So I'm gonna have to pull up the video. But so I'm gonna have to pull up the video. I want you to hold your thought on that part. But one thing I'll interrupt you because I gotta pull something up on the screen. But the overt part of the misandry on the movie is, this line may have been in the book, but it wasn't in the original movie. But it was a line in there where, and I think it was Suge Avery who said it, is that his name isn't Mr., you know, but
yeah, Mr. sound like master. Yeah.
She said Mr. is just another way of saying master, and she wasn't just talking about him, because he said it's so many Misters out there. So she was basically saying that Mr., you know, a name, a pronoun for a
title, yeah.
man. Yeah, it's basically no different from master. You're just changing one letter from another. And so it was like black men, Mr., white man, master, Mr. Master, tomato. Like I thought that was like a real overt black male misandry message that they put in there, and made it much more overt to the point.
Everything was more overt.
Yeah,
like it was covert, and I covered this when I was reviewing the movie with Chantel, when I was reviewing the character of Suge Avery. Like, she was placed to be the likable character, But in this one, it's subtle, but she was placed to be the character that women want to be like. But in this one, they just flat out did a whole musical and like, oh, Suge Avery's here, and I don't even remember any of the songs of it because it sucks so much. But it was really like it was overt. It was overt. And then there was one scene where you had the little girls and they was like, Suge Avery is a loose woman. And she was like, what's a loose woman? A loose woman is a woman that don't take nothing from a man. So being a loose woman is a good thing. And just to correct her definition of it, being a loose woman means you take everything from every man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she sat and wrote this crap. I bet you it was the exact same way in the musical. It was still crap, but I think it's one of those musicals that people just watch so they could say they watched it. Like, they just say, I seen The Color Purple, just so, their weekend could seem cooler than the next person's weekend, but it doesn't mean that it's not a piece of shit, and it is. It's a complete piece of shit. And here's why it's, in addition to being a piece of shit, but here's another reason why it got pigeonholed into the black category, which means that you're only selling to like really the black female population. So you're only selling to like 6% of Americans, and you're trying to make $130 million back, which that's not going to happen. So here's why other groups of people didn't buy it. That's because we're dealing with a completely different crop of women now. We're dealing with a completely different crop of women because society is a lot more visible. And so back then in 1985, black women could say anything they want to the broader society, and the broader society would believe them because it's the only voice in the room. And it's the only perspective that they got was A Color Purple. So they would look at it as like, oh, it's dramatic and first slavery, now this, and they could watch it and sympathize. White sympathy is at an all-time low. And the reason why is because modern black women, okay, put it like this. Every non-black woman, child, and man that's met a black woman wanted to smack her.
I want to move on to something. I know you're about to riff on that, but I found what I was looking for.
Okay.
Now, in the first movie, Celie was a little scrawny character. That was how she was described. That's how she was depicted. Whoopi Goldberg was super skinny back then. Sophia, who was played by Oprah, was the fat, overweight, bossy, loud mouth character. That's how she was described. That's how she was casted. And that's how she, acted and presented herself. In this movie, in modern times, when they remade Color Purple, and let's drop that banner down right there. When the person in Fantasia, who they had playing Celie, was practically the same size as Sophia in the original.
Yeah, they got fatter. Collectively, they got fatter. Bernard, and that goes to what I was saying about the desire to smack. We're dealing with a whole different crop. We're dealing with a whole different, if you are a non-black person and you're over 25, you have met a black woman that you say, I hope somebody smacked that bitch. You have. Now, as a result, it doesn't hit the same when Mr. smacked her in 1985, and you know, the non-black people just clutched their pearls like, oh, I can't believe you smacked such an innocent creature and stuff like that. They are like they do not care anymore. They want you to get smacked. And it don't matter if you're an immigrant from, you know, the island of Mipos and you met one and your name is Smack Mac and you see that, you want to see it. So they're not buying that because they don't sympathize with these chicks anymore.
Yeah.
She made a grave mistake investing in this piece of crap. Warner Brothers made a grave mistake investing in this piece of crap. And Taraji P had nothing to do with it. Nobody cares about your life. Nobody cares about your problems.
Well, see, here's the thing. This movie flopping the way that it did, it at some level proves Taraji wrong in that she was saying what her worth and her value is as an actress, but look at this movie headlined by her and, you know, Fantasia, who's, you know, essentially a non-actress. Who's the next biggest female lead? Was Taraji and Fantasia pretty much. Oh, and the chick plays Sophia that was in Orange is the New Black. Okay.
No, Taraji is the only movie person. She's the only
fair
movie
enough.
person other than Haley Bailey who did the one movie.
Yeah. So there it is. Taraji was the biggest movie star, black female movie star, carrying this black female centered movie, and it flopped. It made what did you say? 50 million out of
55 million, yeah. Out of
55 million out of 130 million invested to make the movie and advertise the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That proves that she didn't have a proper appraisal of her value as an actress. It just shows it.
Yeah. Yeah, she feels that. I mean, it's weird because it's kind of like, you know, I shoot a free throw and Steph Curry shoot a free throw, and I'm saying, like, you know, hey, how come people don't understand my worth? I'm doing the same thing he doing, you know. Like, by the way, I know that's why I'm about to give a better basketball analogy than you, because, you know, I watch basketball. Yeah.
The best way to describe that is somebody averaging 25 points on the best team in the league is not the same as the person averaging 25 points on the worst team in the league. That's really what it is. So that person, so let's just say that person who's on the best team in the league averaging 25, it's hard to do it because you got a lot of talent around you. So if you got other all-stars on the team with you and you're still getting 25, you got a better case for how much you should get paid compared to the person who got a bunch of, you know, scrubs around him and he getting 25, but they in last. He getting 25 a game, but they in last place.
No.
That's what
my analogy is better. My analogy is better because it speaks to people like me that don't watch basketball. I don't know what that is. So yeah,
you understand the concept of somebody putting up good numbers on a bad team.
No, I don't, because I assume that it's harder to put up good numbers on the bad team because you're going against a good team. So I'm assuming that would make your 25 a lot more.
No, if your teammates suck, you're the only one there that's getting the ball and getting all the shots. It's just okay. Fair enough. My analogy only works for people who really understand the game. Yours works for everybody. So we'll go with yours. Okay, fine. Okay. Fine. Go. What was your analogy again?
No, my analogy is me as a non-basketball player person, as a person who hasn't won a championship. You know, if I make a 3-pointer, you know, and you know, somebody says, hey, how come, you know, I do the same thing Steph Curry does? You know, how come he gets all the money? You know, that's this. It's not the same. It's not the same. And she don't do things. She don't make movies. She hasn't made one movie a lot of money. Like, you know, a movie that they could say, you know, something, that movie, you know, went spectacular. You know, it was a blockbuster movie, and it's all because of Taraji. She won that award, yes, but she wasn't even the lead female in Benjamin Button. You know, she played, you know, the black mama to the reverse aging white kid, which she did well in, but she didn't push that check. She didn't, you know, she didn't put the butts in seats, like you say. Independence Day. Independence Day, Will Smith put the butts in seats. He did the same thing with Hitch. He did the same thing with Hancock. Like there's certain things. She hasn't had a signature thing. She hasn't. So she hasn't made them enough money. Just like when Halle Berry got paid $5 million per tit in Swordfish, per tit. So she got $10 million, right? But that's because it was only, and that's not even like how much she got for the role. That's how much she got for the tits. Plus she got the money for all the other stuff that she did besides the tits, which I don't remember because I only remember the tits. So she got all that. And why? Because that was a role that only she could do.
Creed 3, I'm just looking up random movies. All right. So Creed 3 made, it grossed 275 million USD. And hold on. Creed grossed 156 million in the United States and Canada and 119 million in other territories. So okay, so that's pretty much at 400 million. And damn it, I thought it said right here, what did it cost to make Creed? Let me type in the budget. I'm just doing this to just run numbers. Like somebody like Michael B. Jordan can argue that, hey, okay, it cost them 75 million to make, so they profited about 325 million dollars. I think he can show up and say, hey, I got a film that cost $75 million to make, it profited $400 million. I think he can show up and demand more money in that regard. I think this movie makes it to where Taraji P. Henson can't demand shit now. You're going to get the 1 million or 500,000 or however many 100,000 that we want to pay you, because you ain't bringing shit here. You're not bringing in the money like that. And I think that's what it comes down to more times than not. What is your film's profiting? And this shit was bad. And I will look up some other examples.
Somebody said Hidden Figures. That made some money, so I'll give that to her.
Okay. Yeah, that was a big one. That was a big one. I definitely will give her props on that one. Well, we don't know exactly how much that made. Let's look at it.
I looked it up. It made like 169 million.
And what did it cost to make? Oh, hold on.
Like
okay, good. Okay, yeah. So no, that one did damn good. That one did damn good. All right.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the angle, but maybe that's the angle to look at it. See how many movies does her name carry and make it make more money.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that because she said that the last movie she made money in was Proud Mary. So what I'm thinking is, because she couldn't have got paid much if Hidden Figures had a $25 million budget. And why in the hell did Oprah spend 5 times as much as she did on Hidden Figures, as they did on Hidden Figures? Or excuse me, 4 times as much as they did on Hidden Figures, and the crap flopped? Because she sucks as a human being. Why did it cost so much to make that when you only got 1 star?
Yeah, and y'all out there in the damn dirt and
exactly
wood shacks. I mean, Hidden Figures had some visual effects. We saw something go in outer space on Hidden Figures. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, how much does it cost to get Africans to dance? What did they spend the money on? That's a whole nother question. Obviously, she didn't spend it on the actresses' salaries. So what did they spend the money on? So that's a hard question, because I'm sure Taraji's like, wait a minute, I did Hidden Figures and I got my cut of 25 million, and you got 100 million to make this, but my cut is small. Like, but anyway, I think after Hidden Figures, they did decide to invest in her on Proud Mary, and it flopped.
Yeah, it looked like Proud Mary made 21 million USD. I think that was at a loss. I think Proud Mary lost money.
Yeah, so that makes sense. Like she's a money loser.
Yeah, I'm hearing it took them 30 million to make that shit.
Yeah, so she had a W with Hidden Figures, and then somebody with money says, okay, we're gonna invest in her. We're gonna give her her own movie, her own, beat ass bitch movie, and we're going to, put some money into it and put some money into her, and that's that. And then it flopped. And once it flopped, they came to a harsh realization about Taraji P. And the harsh realization about Taraji P is that most of the time she don't really do anything that another woman can't. Like they could have put just about anybody in Hidden Figures, and it probably would have sold the same way.
Yeah, so, I believe it would have sold the same way, but giving her credit as an actress, I think she is good as an actress. I mean, she did play the role good, so she is good as an actress. But I think the uniqueness of that story, it would have did just as good with somebody, interchangeably, because it was a unique story. We're not about to get into the aspects of it that may have been, a little tweaked or fabricated for, a better Hollywood story. But so it was presented as a good story and executed as a good story. And I think something like that would have sold pretty much regardless. But
the writing sold it, is what you're saying. The writing sold
more or less, yeah.
So yes, somebody saying that, not the writing, but her. Somebody thought that it was her that carried that movie, and they lost big time.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, nobody wanted to invest. But she was right when she said, ever since Proud, she hadn't gotten paid right since Proud Mary. Well, the people that invested in you in Proud Mary didn't get paid back. So these are the breaks.
I'm looking at it right now. They say the estimated budget for Proud Mary was $14 million. The U.S. Canada gross was $20 million. So
no, you got to make twice. You really got to make like 2.5 times in order.
I get. No, I'm looking at those figures, the budget and what it actually made. I mean, $20 million. I mean, that's worse than a damn Cube movie. Ice Cube fig numbers be better than that on a damn low budget on some low budget shit. It's shot at one location.
Exactly.
So yeah. So if that's her big thing right there. It's like, no, she didn't make any studios any major money on that. So yeah.
And it has to be because it was her. Like, I mean, in order to justify like that big salary, like that big bump in pay, it has to be that.
Yeah.
See, and that's the thing. Like, you do something right, and then they give you a chance. But if you blow it, you blow it. Like, not many people who's not from the town have seen Fruitvale Station.
Right.
Fruitvale Station was starring Michael B. Jordan, and it was written and directed by Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
And it killed it for an independent film. Now, of course, Michael or Ryan didn't get much money for that, but they got a name, and they took that name all the way to Black Panther, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
They capitalized on it. Now, if Black Panther Part 1 was a piece of crap, then so goes their career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you can't just have the one. You gotta gain momentum on it. You gotta capitalize on it. That's like if you did a viral video, you get a bunch of subscribers, they're gonna see what you're about. They want to see what you're about.
Yeah. No,
then you gotta bring it again.
Yeah.
And she didn't.
Agreed.
And you want to know something interesting about Taraji P? I always thought this. She reminds me of Tamala Jones. Now, Tamala Jones is the woman that played on Booty Call, second to Vivica Fox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't hear much about her, but you'll see her from place to place from time to time. She was also in The Wood. And I always thought, like, what happened to her career? Because she kind of disappeared. And she was like a small framed, shorter, darker skinned black chick with a high pitched voice, same as Taraji. But the same time she went away, Taraji came up. I'm like, you know something? Every role that Taraji's had, Tamala Jones could have did. And I don't favor one over the other. I was just curious, like, how did this happen? Like, what happened to Tamala Jones' career?
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, like the glue guy said, they're basically the same person. I agree. It's just that Tamala Jones already has some momentum going, and Taraji just kind of came out of nowhere with Baby Boy. So, you know, these things happen, but I was just curious, like, huh.
Mm-hmm. Let's get to shout out to Salty Balls in the business. Says Game Changer. What do you know about Kicks filmed in the Bay too?
I gotta look into that. I do gotta look into that. There's a lot of actors that are big, or in the case of Jonathan Majors, would be big, that started off doing like independent stuff. He played in a movie called Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Yeah, I heard about that when they was doing the news reporting about, you know, him allegedly assaulting a white woman, and they said star of The Last Black Man in San Francisco. I was like, what the fuck? It just threw me off. I didn't know that was a real movie.
Yeah, yeah, that was a real. I call them films, but yeah, that was a real indie. Yeah.
All right, Ray Arthur in the building says, you see what Bernard is saying is it's when your KD ratio is better than your teammates, but they want the same loot you got, but you are MVP. Yeah, I'm not even trying to explain that. Yeah, Kevin Durant going to the Warriors and still averaging, you know, around 28 points while sharing the ball with Steph and Clay is more impressive than somebody playing with a bunch of you know, damn near D League players and averaging 28 points. It's a different thing. But all right, that's sports. But all right. Somebody said she played D.L. Hooley's wife.
No, that was Elise Neal, wasn't it?
I thought he was talking about that show. I thought he was talking about that one movie. What's it called? The Brothers or something? The D.L. Hooley had the wife that wouldn't give him no head.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh yeah,
that was her.
I was thinking on that show. He said in sitcoms.
Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about on the show. I know in the movie that she played
in the movie. Yeah, that's what that was. So she had a lot of momentum, and she's basically, like somebody said, she's basically the same chick. She's basically the exact same chick as Taraji P, but for whatever reason, you know, Taraji P had a more successful career.
Yeah, that's what it is. And
but instead of being grateful, she bitching. Like you could just as easily be in Tamala Jones' shoes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I've been wanting to cover that whole little thing about what she was talking about. I never did the full research or look into it because, like I said in my when I was talking about it, it's very difficult to know who's getting paid what, when, how, why, and all of the odds and ends because all that stuff is not public information. So you really don't know. But like now that I'm like really looking at it, and I could see like after Hidden Figures blew up, after that happened. Then the next thing that she did is Proud Mary, and that kind of flopped.
Yeah.
And then after that, she did the What Women Want movie with I'm sorry, What Men Want. Hold on, what the fuck is I didn't even know nothing about. Okay, I thought that was something else. Is that even her? Okay, never mind. I'm confused. Okay, I didn't see this movie. I didn't even know this movie existed.
And
but it did okay.
That's because it's her.
Yeah, it did okay. It was a comedy that did okay. Her and Tracy Morgan was in it. It's not been a whole lot of really big. The biggest thing she did since then was Empire, which her income was public on that, and she got paid a lot of damn money for that. She was getting like I think like several $100,000 an episode, 500. I forgot what it was. She was getting paid big.
Yeah.
She was getting paid big money for that, but it hasn't been any major big movie roles or nothing that like, oh yeah, that one really did the damn thing right there after that. So it's like, no, I think, yeah. Now not that I'm looking at her filmography right now, I could see how, yeah, she's overrating herself a bit. She is.
Yeah,
she is. I didn't realize that. I was thinking she did more than what she actually did. Like she's like merged her career with Viola Davis or something. I don't know what she got going on, but nah, it ain't. She ain't done all that damn much to be, talking that much shit. But anyway,
and she's complaining.
Yeah,
and she's complaining. You know, somebody says she needs to come work for 50 Cent and get on Power. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's her niche. You know, doing hood stuff. You know, is her niche. She does play that Yvette from Baby Boy thing well. Like that's her niche, and that's probably why she got something. I still can't get over why she made it, and Tamala Jones didn't make it like that, but Taraji P is capable of doing hood roles, and I can't see Tamala Jones doing that, to be perfectly honest. Somebody said Taraji is hotter. That's subjective. I mean, I disagree, but you know, to each his own.
Yeah, I never found her exactly attractive. But
well, anyway. If I compare her to Tamala Jones, I'd probably give it to Tamala Jones. Even though they're basically the same person, I still give it to Tamala Jones.
Yeah. Oh, the Telescope 3 is saying Bernard, KD isn't Kevin Durant in this case. It's kill death ratio. Okay, that's a Call of Duty reference. It sounds like when you're talking about kill death ratio or just gaming in general, as you said. And no, I don't interpret that. I don't speak gamer like that. No, I don't. That's those games I can't play. The games where you running around online with a headset on, arguing with fucking 15-year-olds. And just shooting and getting shot and respawn and shoot and then get shot again. Not knocking people who do it, but I suck at those games. That's probably why I never got into them. It's like as soon as I respawn and then start running around, pow, I'll get shot and then respawn again and start running around, pow. It's like they know the cheat code. They be hiding out in little spots I don't know about. I don't know. I don't fuck with them games. Mostly because I suck at them. But all right. So,
she's also going to feel the backlash. Studios don't want to deal with a chick that you know that does stuff like that. She's uppity, you know, like she's complaining about the pay. She's uppity. Like, would you make a movie with her knowing that she might just go back and trash talk the movie?
Yeah, that's a yeah, that's a legitimate thing if somebody is, you know, a known problem or hassle. But like, for example, let's just say if Will Smith was like really hard to deal with on set and he, you know, later in interviews, he had a history of saying backhanded shit about the people he made the movie with, that might make you not want to hire him. But if you look at, you know, the box office draw of Will Smith, him being difficult on set and potentially saying some slick shit, you know, in an interview 6 months later, you know, it's worth it to deal with it. And that's the thing that, you know, that's the thing that people essentially say. You know, they make that concession for certain people. But when you're like just okay in terms of what you do and what you draw, and people are not going to make that concession. So yeah, no, she legit made it harder for herself to get work going forward. And I do think she is she's a talented actress. I do. But okay,
I haven't seen Hidden Figures, but yeah, I mean, I'll give it to her for Benjamin Button, but where's her talent outside of the hood chick?
Okay, I see what he's saying now. I see what you're saying now. Sorry, I wasn't comprehending. But shout out to y'all.
Where's her talent outside of being the hood chick?
What'd you say?
Outside of being the hood chick, what's her talent?
Well, I mean, she was talented in Hidden Figures, and
I didn't see Hidden Figures.
Yeah, no, she did a good job in that, and you know, you might be right. You might be right. She probably plays she impressively plays a hood chick, and I don't do this to black actors and actresses. When they impressively play somebody hood, I don't just automatically say, oh, I mean, they're the nigga from the hood, so they just, you know, effectively pulling off being hood. Of course, you know, I try not to do that. I try not to do that because I found out a lot of times that it's a lot of black actors and actresses that play those roles because those are the roles they get, and they play them real good. And then you later look into their history and find out that, oh, they was raised from a, you know, nice family, a nice area, nice neighborhood, went to really good schools, went to, you know, went to all the best acting schools and all of that. And I was like, oh, okay, this person they was playing hood. You know, you catch them in interviews later after they get, you know, bigger. You're like, oh, this nigga got an accent. It's like, so that happens quite a bit. So that's why I don't automatically just call
Stranger
him
Bell.
hood. Yeah. There you go. So yeah, that's why I quit doing that. If the acting is good, it's good. Because I remember put it like this: Terrence Howard would not have gotten nominated for that Oscar for Hustle and Flow if the same white people in the Academy didn't also see him playing the black dude that act white in Crash. And when he was in Crash, and it was another big Oscar nominated movie, he got nominated for that one too. But they saw him in Crash first and was like, oh yeah, he's a talented actor, which he was playing, a sophisticated Negro. And so they saw him in that. Oh, the same guy who's nominated was in, this hood movie, Hustle and Flow. Wow, he played a pimp really, really good. And he got nominated because they didn't view him as a pimping nigga from the hood. They viewed him like they saw. What'd you say?
I think he got an engineering degree or something like that.
Yes. They saw him as a dignified, respectable Negro. Mm-hmm. So when they looked at him play that pimp, they said, "Wow, that's some good acting." They saw Denzel Washington as a dignified, respectable Negro. So when they saw him play homeboy, I forgot his character's name, Alonzo, in a Training Day, they were like, "Wow, that's some good acting." But if they would have saw Denzel do Training Day first, they would not have gave him an Oscar for that, because they would have just said, he just niggas playing niggas. So
well, yeah,
that's what
they want to do. They see, nobody is going to give you an award for being yourself on camera. They want to see you get out of who you are, one way or another. And then that's acting, because it's not acting if you're being yourself. So I agree. That's why she got the award for Benjamin Button, because she is looked at as Yvette from Baby. So it's like, okay, look, this is me playing the loving, nurturing mother of a really complicated child. That's a situation, like, I wouldn't know what to do. Like, what the fuck? Why I got an old baby? But, she played the role that was given to her, is vastly different from Cookie Lion, from, all the other stuff that she did, and she got her award for it. So, no, I will hand that to her. Maybe Tamala Jones couldn't have pulled that off. Hey, as a side note, I think, after thinking about the movie Baby Boy, because I was trying to envision, to answer this question, who did I want to see naked less than Taraji P. Henson in that movie? Maybe you can answer that. I don't think there is a person, a female person.
Oh, okay. You have a valid point. I don't think she was messing with Tyrese's mama in the movie.
No, I think I still rather see that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think Taraji was really messing with her. So there's that.
I think each and every single woman there, especially the one with the cornrows, when she was like, "Come on, you want." Yeah, I definitely want. Yeah, each and every single, and the women he was selling dress to, all of them, I would have rather have seen naked than Taraji P. Henson.
Wow. Yeah. But all right, we are at the 2-hour mark. We are about to ride up on out here. Shout out to Mike if his person says Taraji is built awkward. Tamala has better proportions. I think that is likely true, but I have not went and examined Taraji's younger body and Tamala's body back when she was in movies. So I don't know exactly.
I haven't either, yeah.
I don't know exactly, but it's not. I think he's on to something. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, before we get up out of here, you know what we got to do.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
There it is. We've done so much with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything with nothing. Make sure you go click the links. Make sure you go clicks the links to, clicks the links to Machismo TV. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Peace. We gone.